Hello everybody, welcome to Don't Tread on Me, October 25th, 2009. Fluoride is the subject of discussion for today's topic.
Dennis, let's make sure we're clear on this. Fluoride is in teas and coffees and waters and breads and toothpaste, but it's actually a poison, right?
It sure is, and here's the quickest evidence. Go to your bathroom and pick up your toothpaste, and you'll see a warning that if a child swallows more than a pea-sized amount of toothpaste, call poison control.
Wow.
The protected pollutant status that fluoride enjoys within EPA and other federal establishments is remarkable, as the charts over here show.
Last November, concerns over excess fluoride.
Alright, today we are going to be discussing fluoride and its effects on the human body and brain. And I think most of you will be quite disturbed at what you see. Now, let it be known that this is information that could be found by anyone. Okay? I'm not a magician. I just don't like being treaded on.
Is regarded by many as
This is also an example of the power of one individual that can collect some information that's not retarded. Like a lot of people are. Somebody was telling me Idiocracy, it's all going to like that movie. Well, here's an explanation on how that's working.
Father of public relations. He was born in Vienna, Austria. Bernays was the nephew of Sigmund Freud. Bernays pioneered the use of psychology and other social sciences to design public persuasion campaigns. He published several scholarly works still used in universities worldwide today. And he also spearheaded the national campaign to fluoridate the water supply of America through the Fluoridationist of the Public Health Service.
This is one pollutant that we capture from the phosphate fertilizer industry, and having captured it, we can't dump it into the sea, but we put it into our own drinking water. It's extraordinary. And fluoride in our water supply is a very real and ever-present risk to our population at large.
Dennis, let's make sure we're clear on this. Fluoride is in teas and coffees and waters and breads and toothpaste, but it's actually a poison, right?
It sure is, and here's the quickest evidence. Go to your bathroom and pick up your toothpaste, and you'll see a warning that if a child swallows more than a pea-sized amount of toothpaste, call poison control.
Wow.
The protected pollutant status that fluoride enjoys within EPA and other federal establishments is remarkable, as the charts over here show.
Last November, concerns over excess fluoride prompted the American Dental Association to warn parents not to mix baby formula with tap water during an infant's first 12 months.
Philosophics found that fluoride in very modest doses produces effects in laboratory animals resembling attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder.
She says, do you have any idea what you're saying? And he says, you're telling us that we're reducing the IQ of children. And basically I said, yes.
Scientists like Nobel Prize winner Arvid Carlson and a large group of EPA scientists have called for the banning of fluoride because we don't know how much we're ingesting, so we don't know if we're being poisoned.
Fluoride can also build up in the bones to cause pain, stiff joints, and skeletal abnormalities when they get older.
It's a cumulative poison. It just gradually builds up and it gradually causes harm.
You know when this fluoride was first put in drinking water? In the Nazi concentration camp. Stands back in amazement, can't believe it. This is Charles Perkins, a chemist, who wrote to the Lee Foundation for Nutritional Research, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in 1954. And this is what he wrote. In the 1930s, Hitler and the German Nazis envisaged a world to be dominated and controlled by a Nazi philosophy of pan-Germanism. The German chemists worked out a very ingenious and far-reaching plan of mass control, which was submitted to and adopted by the German General Staff. This plan was to control the population in any given area through mass medication and drinking water supply. By this method, they could control the population in whole areas, reduce population by water medication that would induce sterility in women, and so on. In this scheme of mass control, sodium fluoride occupied a prominent place. That's what it's about.
Yes, this is another demonstration of the power of the people. The establishment. Referring back to Establishment and Establishment Part 1. Just go watch them. They're on my channel. Why would the establishment wish to propel such a toxic chemical onto the population? Well, let's see. I know why Edward L. Bernays wanted to, because he was a persuasionist of the population working for the government. Somebody in the government thought it was a good idea to put fluoride in the water. It is also known IQ reducer. Even at that time when they first started doing it, they knew that it reduced your ability to think right. Why would the establishment want to put fluoride in your water, people? I don't know. If you can't come to the conclusion, you might want to quit drinking the fluorinated water and taking the injections with mercury and all that good stuff in it. Even though brand new studies from the government are trying to say, 2 new studies from the government are trying to say that mercury is good for the brain, for children's brains. Do not believe it. It's a known toxin for 100 years at least. Mad as a Hatter, 1800s. Mercury, Mad as a Hatter. Remember those 2 things. They go together. Thank you. Peace out. Think before you think. Oh yeah. Life is stranger than fiction. Sometimes the fiction is actually somebody who actually pays attention to life. And you think it's fiction,